afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the SA Sports Show. Barry Curtin with you, and Phil Smythe is not with me today. Phil Smythe is actually having a haircut somewhere, I believe, and he couldn't get here in time, so he's out. But joining me, former Premiership captain of Port Adelaide and co-host of the Drive Time Show at 5AA, Tim Ginniver is my partner in crime today. Hi, mate.
G'day, Baz.
Good to see you.
Excellent.
Good to see you.
Very happy to be here.
Life good?
Yeah.
Life all good?
Yeah.
Mate, I've got to ask you a couple of things. You popped your head down. I'm just going to let you know, or let the folks know what we got coming up first of all, if you don't mind. But Craig Warren will join us, of course, from the Southern Footy League.
And let me know too.
And let you know as well, yeah. Craig Warren will join us. The second part of Johnny Letz's interview with Ando, mate, was absolutely brilliant. Stick around for that, folks. Don't miss that one. It is really a classic. Jared Wright, the South Adelaide footy coach, will join us as well. They're not travelling all that well, but it's a long season. There's a fair way to go.
Yeah, the first two rounds were really good.
Yeah, and lost the last three, and they go to Alberton this week, so they've got they're under the pump a little bit. And Wayne Phillips is going to join us, mate, because we've got some really important cricket matches coming up for Australia. The World Test Championship is coming up, and also, of course, the Ashes. And I'm really looking forward to hearing what Flipper's got to say about the Bazball and the way England are preparing for us, because I'm genuinely excited about the Ashes series. But, mate, you popped your head into the Adelaide United camp on the weekend, mate.
Did indeed.
I'm a great fan of the Reds. Don't see the Reds all that much anymore because they're not on normal television or, you know, your Foxes or whatever. They're somewhere in oblivion, but I do miss watching them. But they're in good form for a side that punches above their weight.
Well, there's no fear, Baz, in actually going live. Yeah. So if you do want to see them, get down to Cooper Stadium and you can see them.
That's a good point. Yeah.
That's what I did Friday. It was a fantastic atmosphere. They've been getting an average of about 10,000 people to every minor round game. Yeah. And here was the final. It was built up really well, and it was a great night. And they just looked in control right from the start. Yeah. And we spoke to the Craig Goodwin, the captain, during the week, and he was really confident and was really bullish on, no, we will win and we'll go about it like this. Yeah. And they did, and they took control, and he was the man that did it. He got the first goal, which was a magnificent cut back onto his right, which is his non-preferred, and got it up into the top corner of the net. But then he was penalised late in the game, coming into the box, got knocked over and got the penalty, and he always nails those. So just a superb performance by all of them. The keeper, Joe Gauci, was outstanding, and that's why he got a game for the Socceroos, and I think he might be the future for the Socceroos keeper.
Yeah, I love Adelaide United. I think they're a great side, and I love watching them. Now, let's move on from there. The other South Australian team that's doing really well at the moment and not getting a lot of coverage is the Thunderbirds, who are back. They're back.
Of course, Tanya Obst been at the helm for a while now and just built this team up to be what it is now. It's a premiership threat. It defeated West Coast Fever over there by a point in an absolute thriller when they were undefeated. They beat GWS, who hadn't been beaten as well, so they're taking on the best sides and beating them, and they're equal top and just flying.
Mate, happy with that. Happy with everything at the moment. Happy with the way the footy's going. The AFL, I think both Adelaide teams are going pretty well. Adelaide lost the last couple, but they're playing better footy than...
Well, they played Collingwood and Geelong.
Exactly.
Now, we probably acknowledge that those two are the form teams in there. So I think that the Collingwood one, I think Crows people will be kicking themselves on that one. That should have been a win. They've done better than most people down there at Geelong. Yes. Not many people get that close.
It's very true.
And so I think that they've still got a lot of confidence out of those two. They should bounce back against the Saints.
The Saints, you think they'll beat the Saints? And of course, the power play, North Melbourne.
Correct, down there in Tassie.
You're going to have something like 15 people booing Jason Horne-Francis?
Yeah, something like that.
That's about all they'll get there, I would reckon.
Let's hope that doesn't occur any longer. It was really good. I thought the Essendon fans were great. Congrats. Full credit. They did not enter into that zone, so that was terrific. But Port are on a good roll, and I've loved the move of Ken Hinkley down onto the bench. I think it's just changed the dynamic, and it's working. And I said to him the other day, are you a superstitious man? And he said, oh, I'm not really. I said, well, you better be. Stay on the bench.
Yeah, stay on the bench. Yeah, for sure. A lot of talk about the umps, mate. We've got too many umps out there. I mean, there's four of them.
Look, I wanted to give it a go. I thought, well, let's back them in. They reckon they can make sure they're set up in a zigzag type style where they won't miss anything that's on the line. What I'm seeing is lots of things being missed on the line or really deep. And what I'm also seeing is that they're getting in the corridor. And that's what they were supposed to do, was come out of the corridor so teams could go through there.
Exactly.
And they're getting in the way. So they've really got to tidy this up. And I think every time you've got another set of eyes, you've got another set of opinions. So it's a difficult one to manage.
That's the problem, isn't it? Yeah, that is a real problem. Anyway, we may talk a bit more about that, mate, as the show goes on. But we've got a very big program coming up, folks. Stick with us. Lots to come. More in a moment.